live?
We're live.
We're live. Are you sure? Okay. Happy belated New Year. I'm back. And I don't want to bore you where I've been. I've been to Italy. You go there, you schlep, you look at this city, you look at that city, blah, blah, blah. It's well overrated, okay? There's no place like home. Oh my God, when you leave these country, you feel like you're going to a time machine, stepping back in time. God bless them, but I'm glad where I live. Anyway, but it's nice to go. You go, you say, oh, I've been to Italy, yeah, I went here, went there. What was that?
I don't know.
Somebody
I
clapped.
think it was my phone.
Anyway, we did get to see snow. Aaron got to see snow. He's always crying, I want to go to snow, I want to go to snow. We live in Florida, there ain't no goddamn snow. So he actually found a little bit of snow outside of Milan, right?
Yep.
Milan.
Yeah, Milan. Lake Como.
Lake Como, hey.
Yeah.
We went on a ferry boat. Yeah, we went here, we went there. Everything's broken down, old buildings, and very nice place.
Yep.
Did you have a good time?
I loved it.
Good.
It
Don't
was
say I
great.
didn't take you nowhere. Okay? You're the lucky one. Your brothers never
I
get to go
know.
nowhere.
I know.
Nowhere. Maybe to the cockamamie local something. You're traveling the world. Even let you sit in business class.
Yep. Thank
All
you.
right, so if anybody wants to call in with their problems, because that's the only reason why we're here, okay? We're taking our time out Saturday to help you, okay? And all I'm doing now is exercising. I've kind of just said, well, hell with everything in life. I'm getting in shape, goddammit. Clock is ticking. Maybe I can extend the clock at least a year or so. It's going to take me 30 years. I got to take 1 year to try to get what I've ruined in 30 years. I got to get in shape in 1 year. That's like a lot. All right. Email. You go to askben@benmallah.com. If you want to email a question and a phone number, and our producer is standing by to receive that information. Or you can tweet, at, what does it say here? Hashtag AskBen. The hashtag comes first.
Want me to read it?
Hashtag AskBen. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it?
Okay.
All right. So you got a question, you want to talk, you want to send an email out, whatever the heck you want to do, if you got the time, please don't crack your knuckles. I hate that. Okay. So, bro, I can't say your name even, can I? Can I say your name? I can use your name? You're not playing secret Russian spy anymore? Rafal. Do you have anybody to call Rafal? You do. Calling now. We're dialing. Dialing for donuts. What else? You went to Italy. You hit 3 cities. You took planes. You took trains. You took ferries. You went in vans.
Yep.
You slid down hills. All right.
We
You
took,
did a lot of movement.
The carts.
What carts?
You know the things that take you up the...
the tram?
Yeah, the
You're
tram.
right.
The
See?
tram. The carts.
He-
Same thing.
He remembers the tram.
Yeah, it was nice. It was real nice.
It was freezing goddamn cold. We didn't have enough friggin' right coats to wear. And you're slipping all over the place. The food sucked at the top of that goddamn mountain. And you had a good time. As long as you and your mother had a good time.
Yep.
All right, who do we got? Who do we got? They're not home. How are you calling numbers people ain't home? Hello?
Hello.
Hello, it's Ben Mallah, and we're returning your call.
Hi, Ben.
How are you today?
So my question for you today was, I'm having trouble finding rates for commercial loans in the Atlanta metro area as low as what you mentioned and what I need them to be to make things work. Most people are quoting me 5 to 7% fixed.
Okay, so what banks are you going to? You're going to like B of A's, Wells Fargo's, all the big shot banks?
No, I've been going with banks that were recommended to me. I have a fairly good agent for commercial real estate down here.
Are you using a mortgage broker or are you going direct to the lender?
going direct to the lender. I've had trouble finding
lenders are you
mortgage
going
brokers
to? Who you going
for
to?
commercial
Well,
real
you
estate.
really don't want a commercial mortgage broker. I mean, they'll help you if you got issues. But you're going to pay for that mortgage broker's fee normally. I've used mortgage brokers because they got access to thousands of lenders. But you're going to pay, but you'll get service. But let's say, have you been to Wells Fargo? Have you been to B of A? Have you been to the biggest banks in town, Synovus or whatever? I don't know. Have you gone to any of them?
No, I have not.
Well, then that's where you can get the best rates from the banks that have the most money because they can afford to lend it out cheaper because they're bigger banks. They got more money to lend. You got to go to the big boys. They got a division for whatever level you want. How much you want to borrow? $1 million? 500,000? What?
$1 million to $2 million.
Listen, there's guys at Wells Fargo, at B of A, and all these big banks. All you got to do is walk into a branch and say, hey, I need a loan for $1 million on a piece of real estate. They'll give you the right person to call. Just walk into a branch.
Oh,
and then
okay.
you start
Well,
seeing
that's
rates.
good
Now
advice.
your rates are, listen, you can always go to a Fannie Mae lender if you want to. You ever heard of Fannie Freddie? There's all kinds of loans that you can be done. I mean, but you can easily, get any kind of loan. You got to get in with the big boys that they have, they're going to give you the best deal.
I didn't think Fannie and Freddie really did commercial. I'm looking at more flex space, retail space, that sort of thing.
All right. I need to verify that Fannie and Freddie does that. I know Fannie and Freddie does apartment buildings, but the point is this. Go to you got good credit, right?
I got great credit. I'm in deep with Chase. However,
Well, Chase is a big bank. What are they offering you?
Chase has no commercial lending branch for real estate. They just don't do it.
All right. Well, go to another bank. I don't know what's going on with Chase. Go to Wells Fargo. Go to B of A. Go to whoever's the biggest. There's a million of them out there. All right. Go to them and see what they offer you. All right. I got to go grab the next car out. Have a nice, good time, and go get the lowest rate. All right?
Thank you, sir.
Take care. Bye-bye. Hello. I don't know. I don't deal with Chase. I forgot to tell him Citibank. What else? Who else you got? You got another caller? You found more than one person sitting on home waiting to talk to me? That's hard to believe. It's hard to believe somebody is going to actually want to talk to me just out of the blue. It's ringing. In Italy, it was so old. Did you see the phone? It had dial and it worked.
Yeah. Yep.
Hey,
Aaron
what's
didn't
up,
even
my
have
man?
to use the phone. Hey, it's Ben. How you doing?
Hey, good. How you doing today?
Pretty good. How can we help you?
Quick question for you. I love the content. We're doing a flip. We got a huge Victorian. We're up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. A little bit different of a market here. So I own a couple homes, and the home is in like a gentrified neighborhood. And we got the whole family in cahoots over here. Me, a couple other people want to keep it, move into it. Much bigger than what we can handle, but the refi benefits are ridiculous. So I was wondering what you would think as far as moving into a home that's a little too big for just you and your wife and your dog, but being able to pull that money so I don't have to use these banks.
What's your ultimate goal here? What are you trying to do?
My ultimate goal here is I want to get into multi-unit. I want to buy, like, similar to what you did. I want to get into
All
the
right. So you got to raise money. You got to raise some money. All right. So now's the time. You got to struggle a little. Don't move into the big house. Get your hands on every dollar you can in your name, in your bank. That's what you need to do by any means legally.
Okay.
So if you don't need to live in this house and you can get some money out of it and then you want to reinvest it into something, but what's going to pay that mortgage on that house? Are you going to rent it?
Well, the mortgage is already paid. We bought the house cash through her family.
So you got no mortgage. So yeah, you know what you might want to consider doing? You might want to consider what they call a HELOC. It stands for Home Equity Line of Credit.
Yeah.
The beauty of a HELOC is you can go to the bank and say, listen, give me a HELOC for the most money you'll give me on this house, okay?
Yeah.
The problem is they're going to still want to see that somebody can pay that money back. If you're not going to put a tenant in there, what are you going to do? Hey, where are you going to come up with the money to pay the mortgage?
Well, what I was thinking was I was going to use the home itself because it's in this gentrified neighborhood to, they're going up into the 300,000-400,000 over there. I only paid $70K. I put about $100 into it. If I kept that, after a couple of years, I don't have to pay any gains, and I could do the loan, and I could keep continuing to buy more homes or multi-units.
I mean, if you make it your residence and you did decide to
that's what I
sell
was
it,
gonna
do you plan on selling it in the next couple of years?
Yeah, maybe 2 to 5. Yeah, because I want to
I mean,
get down to Florida eventually.
I mean, you got to look at what if you want to sell it in a couple of years, and you want to move into it. So then it's your principal residence. What about where you're living at now? Can you sell that, or you're renting, or what?
Oh, absolutely. Where I live now, we almost have it paid off, and this neighborhood's booming. So I could probably make 80 off this house if I sell it. So.
Well, you're going to save 20% capital gains tax if you treat it as a personal residence over 2 years. So,
absolutely.
But what you can do is you go to the bank and say, give me a HELOC, and then you only pay interest on money that you borrow when you borrow it. What they'll do is say, okay, we're going to give you a $150,000 loan on this house, or $200,000.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're not going to pay interest until you touch that money, but the money's there waiting anytime you want.
That's what I need to look into then. So you think I should get the Victorian ready to roll, make it my primary, look into a HELOC, and keep moving how I'm moving.
I mean, whatever you can put money in your pocket, you put money in your pocket so you can go and buy something big. Or jump on an opportunity when it comes your way. Whatever you can do to have money in the bank. Because as long as you got money in the bank, you're protected. And you have the tool you need to buy shit. So,
absolutely.
All right,
and I always have investors, and I appreciate the show. And if you're ever in Pittsburgh, I owe you a dinner. Let me know.
I heard about Pittsburgh. I ain't going to Pittsburgh. I'm just kidding. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Have a great weekend. Happy New Year. Next, you got somebody else? You got somebody else? There's a third person that wants to actually talk? Wait, what'd you say, Rafal?
We have next caller.
Next caller? Okay, Rafal, relax. We ain't in Russia no more, Poland. Hello? He's not home. He left. Here. Hello, how are you today? It's Ben Mallah.
Hey, Ben, how's it going?
Pretty good. I was wondering how we can help you.
Yeah, so I have about 10K saved, and I'm basically wondering if I should invest in my area where the home price is. I'm in California, Sonoma County, California, and the median home price here is just over 600K. But if I go about an hour north, it gets cheaper and cheaper. So I guess I'm wondering, is it better to stay in a local area or travel a little bit out for a different market?
Where are you talking about going towards Sacramento, or I know Sonoma.
It's
Napa
like
Valley.
Lake County area.
Sonoma's Napa Valley, right?
Yeah, so I'm in Napa Valley. Yep, I'm in Napa Valley right there, and then I'm thinking about going more north.
I don't know where you're going to go anywhere.
Area.
I mean, if you only got 10 grand to put into something, I lived out that way. I don't see how you can get into anything with 10 grand. I'm not trying to rain on your parade. I think you better. I think you better raise some more money and start looking. You got to get in wherever you fit in. You're not going to get nothing with 10 grand in Sonoma. It ain't happening. Not even a trailer, probably. So you need to get your hands on some more money. However you're making money or saving money, and try, because you're in California, man. You're gonna pay. You're gonna pay, baby, pay.
Yeah, the state's fun to live in.
That's why I left. But
all right, well, I appreciate it.
Sorry, but all right, take care. Bye bye.
All right, appreciate it. Bye.
You got anybody else? Oh man, 4 people.
He's doing his
In
job.
a spur of a moment, are willing to get on the computer and want to talk to me.
Yep.
4 strangers. People that never met me before. Hello, it's Ben. How you doing? How can we help you?
Good.
Shut that dog up.
My first rental, and I'm wondering. I'm in the process of fixing it up right now, and then what I should do after that once I refinance it.
Okay, you're in the process of fixing up a rental?
Yeah.
How many units? 1, 2, 3?
One single family.
You're fixing up a rental house right now. Okay.
Right. Yep. And then once I got probably about $40,000 in equity when I'm done with it, fixing it up.
You gonna sell it or you gonna rent it?
I want to rent it and then refinance it and get get into something else, but I'm wondering if I should get into another single family or a duplex.
I mean, I don't know where you're calling from, but opportunity is slim right now. You got to get in any deal you can that you can afford to get into. That's going to make any money.
Right.
I don't care if it's a house. If you're doing good on, if this works and you can flip the house, or you want to rent it, you don't want to sell it. You said, okay, you want to get a loan on it, use the money like I did. Okay, very good. All right, so,
Yep. Right.
I mean, finish the house, put a good tenant in there, get as much rent as you can. Make sure they pay the water, the sewer, the garbage. If it's a house, try to get them to pay the landscaping too. And
well, I own a landscape company, so we can do all that.
well, but it's a cost involved. No, typically, if you rent a single-family house, the tenant takes care of the grounds because it's theirs. They get to use it.
Right. Yeah.
Privately. So, you might want to include that in the rent and tell them, hey, by the way, this is the rent, but the landscaping's included. There you go. So they don't have to worry about it or pay anybody. So whatever you would normally charge to do that house, just tack it on the rent and build it into the rent. All right. So you're doing good. You're going to fix this house up. You're going to get it rented out. Then you're going to go take the lease agreement to the bank. You're going to get a loan on it. You're going to take that money and go do another deal. Sounds like you already know what the hell you're doing.
What's that?
You already know what you're doing. You already know it.
Yeah, but do I go a little bit bigger with a couple units in one
Listen,
property?
worry about that when you get the money in your pocket. Go do the deal, finish the house, rent it out, get that money in your pocket, and then see what's the best deal out there. You should always be looking to move up. You should always be looking at duplexes and triplexes, and if you see a steal, you jump on it. Otherwise, you look for the best deal out there, whatever you feel comfortable with and you can handle. Don't worry about it right now. Find the money, then find the next deal.
Right, okay.
All right? Take care. Good luck to you. Thanks for calling.
All right, I appreciate it.
Happy New Year.
Bye-bye.
All right. Da-da-da. Oh, ring it again. How many people? That's 5 people in the country? Too bad you can't get somebody out of the country,
Hello.
Hello, how are you? It's Ben. How you doing? How can we help you?
I'm doing good. How are you, Ben?
Pretty good. What's up?
So, as a beginner, I wanted to understand how you acquire an FHA loan.
You acquire it any way you acquire any loan. All banks sell FHA loans. You know what it means? FHA loan just means that the bank's going to put a loan together. They're going to get you the loan under the FHA rules and rates, and then they're going to sell it to FHA and make money. So, any bank can help you with an FHA loan. The thing is with FHA loans is you got to make sure the property can pass inspection. That's the thing, But you get FHA loans for like 3% down, Just walk into a bank and say, here, give me an application. I want an FHA loan, and see what you qualify for.
What do you think on the Iraq airstrike?
I don't know. I can't. I mean, I just came back from Europe. I've seen so much. The television there is a lot different. They show you everything all over the world. I was so depressed watching the news all over the world. Everywhere there's problems and conflicts right now. But, I don't know. I mean, all I can tell you is we've been fighting with those people. They've been fighting with themselves for thousands of years. And it don't seem like they're ever going to stop fighting. I don't know. It's like going into another planet when I go towards the Middle East. I'm sorry. I can't relate to it. I just can't. It's not logical. It's not logical to want to just constantly live like that and they ain't got, whatever. I don't know. But anyway, you have a good weekend. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you for the info.
Thanks. What? No, people are listening, I think, are they? How many people you got listening? 10? Hello, hey, it's Ben. How you doing? How can we help you?
Thanks, Ben. So my name's Colton. I'm from Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada.
Ooh, the
I
Canadian
currently
side.
have 4 properties, refinanced 2 of them, and I just purchased a 4-plex. Now, what do you think of the idea of renting out 2 of the units on Airbnb and 2 of the units just strictly rentals to cover the expenses?
Man, you got guts. I went to Canada. I mean, that's a tough place to be in real estate. I mean, seriously. But Niagara Falls is beautiful. It's such a difference when, you're on the American side and you go to the Canadian side, you truly know you left the country. Okay? It's so nice over there. But anyway, I mean, you got to do whatever you can, that you think makes sense. If you really think you're going to make money Airbnb and there's nothing stopping you from doing it, it's a lot more work. You're going to be dealing with people on a daily or weekly basis. You got to provide furniture and sheets, and I don't know. It's not as easy as everybody says, but it's like running a hotel. I mean, if you feel you want to try it, I mean, you got furniture already in these places, or no? You got to buy furniture.
Yeah, so it's actually it was a former bed and breakfast that they converted to a fourplex, and there's 2 units that already pretty much have all the furniture.
I mean, I don't know. Do you think you can run it as what do you want to do? Run it as a 4-unit hotel?
Well, I was thinking that maybe long term because the numbers we're getting here are just crazy for Airbnb. But I wanted to maybe offset some of the risk with, the monthly tenants covering the mortgage and the running costs, and then the Airbnb is gravy.
I always like to have long-term tenants. You're covering. You might leave some money on the table, but you're definitely balancing your risk out. You're basically hedging that. You got both to rely on 2 different markets. But, it's nice to have the stability if you get a good enough rent. But you better sit down and really make sure the Airbnb is going to make you that much more money to do that stuff, because that stuff is more time-consuming. The regular tenant, what do you put them on, a 1-year lease?
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
And put them on a 1-year lease, you give them the keys and they pay the rent every month, and if, you really don't hear from them. If something breaks, maybe you fix it. I don't know, but I don't know. Do you have the time to run an Airbnb units? You got time for that?
Yeah, I do. And there's also I know of a management company that charges 12%.
You can try it. You can always try the Airbnb. If it works and it's making money, great. If not, you can always rent it the other way.
Awesome. Thank you, Ben.
Hey, you take care. Have a good weekend.
Thank you too. Bye.
All right. You got anybody else? How many people actually watching this right now? Can you tell?
About 1.1K.
1,000 people
Yeah,
are
1,000
actually
people.
paying attention to us right now?
Yep.
Why? Anyway, I'm just kidding. How you doing? How are we? You got your phone ringing? Hello? Oh, it's ringing. Fha knows what he's doing. Do-do-do-do. You have reached a number that has been disconnected and is no longer in service. Hello? Hi, it's Ben. How you doing? How can we help you? Hi, Ben. How you doing? How can we help you? Hi, it's Ben. How you doing? How can we help you? What else? I got to do a big event, baby. First time in front of 1,000 people at the West Palm Beach Convention Center. Yep. This Saturday around lunchtime, 1 or something. Do I have the guts to do it? I don't know. I never did that before. Maybe. I'll see. This will be the big test.
Yep.
If it works out, maybe I'll go on the road. Hello. Hi, it's Ben. How you doing? How can we help you?
Hi, Ben. My name is Paul. I'm an investor from Canada, and I have currently a 4-plex, a 5-plex, and 2 more 6-plexes I'm buying. My question for you was, what do you think about interest only in residential in places like Montreal, Canada, where the prices are pretty high?
Because the price is so high and you have to borrow so much money, I'd be afraid to pay principal if I can get out of it. I would love to not pay principal because you got all those rental units. You need the cash flow. You want that cash flow, and they're making money. Who cares how much you owe on them? I'm sure they're worth more than you owe. You're not selling them. You want cash flow every month to go in that bank account, so you pay the government all that tax you got to pay in Canada. How much is your taxes on rental income? Is it the same as working?
Well, currently I'm owning them in an incorporated company, so my tax rate is close to 50-52% on profit.
Ooh, baby, half your money.
Yeah.
What about, do you get depreciation?
Yeah, we have up to 4% depreciation a year on the property.
50%.
That's Canada.
Go crazy. I wouldn't be in real estate.
Canada.
You got a lot of guts. Anyway, I mean, you of all people need as much cash as you can get because you ain't getting that much to begin with because you're giving the government half. So you sure don't want to buy down the principal, unless, you want to own a bunch of free and clear. How much is your interest rate? 3%? Or?
Right now we're at two. I have some that are 2.75.
Oh,
and
please, that's
some
free
other ones at
money.
2.94.
That's free
Yeah.
money. You know,
Yeah.
that's free money. I would take every dime
know
I
what?
can, put it in your pocket, because as long as you got money in the bank, you're safe. Nobody can,
Exactly.
you know, unless you're going to commit a crime, you're safe. Nobody can touch you.
Exactly.
So-
The problem is in Canada, we
Any-
don't have such thing as a 1031 exchange. You guys have that, and you're lucky.
Yeah.
We don't have anything close to it.
I mean, that's the only reason why so many people are successful in real estate. We're not that smart, believe me. It's because we got these laws that help us, you know, and if it wasn't for 1031, I'd be nowhere near where I'm at today. But all right, well,
That's
good
right.
luck to you. I'd put every dime I could in my pocket if I was you. Any way you
And
can.
before I go, I got another question for you, real quick. What do you think of owning and incorporate? Do you think it's a good idea to make a business for each building separately in case of
I
liability
do
and
it.
everything? Or
I have everything in a separate single-member LLC or an LLC together with maybe a kid or something. But we have what they call limited liability companies or corporations. Which one is it? Look it up, Aaron. LLC. And that individual means that I'm only on the hook, or can get, you know, they can't come after my other assets. You know, it protects it in case of lawsuits. You know, whatever. If you ever have a problem with a bank, whatever, they can't. You know, it's an LLC. It's a separate entity.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Take
so
care.
each one individually. Okay,
Yeah, that's what I do. But you always want to talk to your accountant too. You know.
All right. Thank you so
All
much,
right.
Ben.
Take care.
Love what you're doing.
Thank you. Bye. You got anybody else? Or are we done?
It's a limited liability company.
It's a limited liability company, not corporations.
No,
See,
company.
I learned something again. I always mix them up. Corporations, companies is C. LLC, INC is incorporated.
Yeah.
And then C stands
Yeah.
for corporated. All right, Rafael, what you got for us? And we don't want no pierogies. Greasy, is that horrible?
Hello?
Hi, it's Ben Mallah. How are you? How can we help you?
Pretty good. How you doing, Ben?
I'm hanging in there. What's up?
Awesome. This is Eric Loy. I'm from Texas. Hey, I was wondering, I have an opportunity to buy a triple net Taco Bell with 10 years remaining on the lease for 1.5, and the cap rate is 5.5. I was wondering what your thoughts on that are.
Well, you know, Taco Bell in Texas kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's a fit for its area, but I always thought Taco Bell when I was a little kid was the Mexican phone company. Anyway, so, you know, I mean, if you're happy with 5.5% return, that's triple net, so you ain't got to do nothing. How old's the building, just for the hell of it?
The building was built in '94, and they just renovated in 2017.
And the operator has a lot of stores? He has a lot of franchises?
Oh, I haven't looked into it that far.
You got to know, see, you got to be careful. Sometimes when the landlord, and I should be telling this because the landlord's going to say, why are you telling our secrets? Because I'm honest. When a landlord sees that his tenant's getting weak and he's a credit risk, he becomes a credit risk, then he decides to sell because he's afraid the tenant may not be able to pay the rent or they're getting weak. So if the guy owns a Taco Bell, you want to know what his sales are. You want to know how many he owns. You want to know who the tenant is and how strong he is. He could be a guy that owns several hundred of them. That's great. He could be a guy that only owns one. That's not so great. That affects the cap rate.
Yeah.
The credit risk affects the cap rate too. But, you know, 5.5, how much can you borrow? At what rate can you borrow money at if you wanted to get a loan on it?
I think like 3.2.
There you go. You're making money on the bank's money then, because you're gonna pay them 3.2, but you're collecting 5.5. You're 2.3 ahead of the game. You're making money on your money you invested at a bigger rate now because you know you got that 2% you can be making off the bank's money. I'd jump on it, but make sure the credit is good with the tenant.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Ben. I appreciate it, man.
If it's a corporate store, that's a home run. If it's Taco Bell themselves that own it, then you know, if you're happy with that return, your return's going to probably be around 7 or 8% cash on cash.
Right.
And Texas is like Florida, no state tax, baby. But thanks
That's
for
right.
calling. You have a great day.
Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You got anybody else? Almost. Are we like begging for people to call? We have to sit here and beg to give help and talk to people? Is that what we got to do? Well, you didn't give anybody a notice either, you know.
Dad, isn't that like your third cigarette?
Well, you can see there's 2 in the ashtray that are done, and yes, this would make my third.
Yeah, it
You're
is your third.
brilliant. You can count cigarettes in an ashtray. Oh my God, I got to send that school a letter. 20 grand a year and he counts cigarettes in an ashtray.
Yeah, I'll look out for you.
You shouldn't be. Hey, don't blame me. And I don't believe in that secondhand smoke anyway. It ain't going deep in your lungs, okay? Well, that's secondhand smoke. And it's not secondhand because you ain't touched it. Only one person holding a cigarette with one hand. All right, what do we got? Raphael. Can we change the name to Ralph? Nah, Ralph's not a good name. Hey, Ralphie. Rafal. It sounds so European. I know 2 Polish guys. That's all I know. And they're both named Rafal. All right, what else you got? Nothing?
It's coming. He's working on it.
What else? What's tomorrow? I got to prepare. I got to make sure.
Oh, no way.
Hello, this is Ben Mallah. How are you? What the hell can we do for you?
Good. How are you? There is no way right now.
No way, Jose. What's up, man?
What's going on? Yo, no, I was literally like, I sent the email. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Like,
Yeah,
it's my
whatever.
third time. You're not going to answer.
How many beers have you had
How are
today?
you doing? What's going on?
How many beers have you had today?
None. Hold on. Give me one. Oh, none.
No.
20 years old. Which
Oh,
email
okay.
did you see? Because I sent 3.
I don't know. I'm not looking at emails. I got people that handle that kind of stuff. All right, so
That's
what's
that
up,
rich
man?
life. That's that good life.
What can we do to help you?
I forgot what email. I was talking about being your personal trainer. I saw you want to lose weight.
Personal trainer? I'm my
come
personal
on.
trainer. I'm getting out. I'm walking the beach 2 miles every day, every night. I bought a machine today to walk in the house. I'm going on my special diet. It's called the non-white diet. I don't eat nothing white. No rice, no pasta, no bread, nothing. I'm going to lose some weight. I don't know why, but I'm going to do it. What's up,
There's
man?
another question I did have, though. I'm 20 years old. My credit score is about like a 737, probably not to be exact.
Isn't that the airplane they
And-
stopped making now? 737?
I've been trying to just save money. I'm paying for my own college, car, like all the things a kid should be doing. And so I saw that you can't really get a loan for like an Airbnb rental like I wanted to do, like buy like an Orlando condo. Is there anything you have, like any info about that? Because they won't just approve you for a rental that has for Airbnb in particular, if you get what I'm saying.
Well, that's a good one. That's the problem with Airbnb, that the banks aren't at the point where they're ready to loan on them. You know, how much more money are you going to make on an Airbnb versus renting it on a 7th or 12-month lease?
See, and then I thought about that, but like in particular for Orlando, I'm not sure who's really going to be looking for it because I thought Airbnb would be a prime thing because people are going to Disney and that, like Disney, Universal, SeaWorld, I guess in that type. That's why I thought Airbnb.
Well, I'm just going to tell you, I'm in the hotel business in Orlando. Be careful. Orlando is overbuilt, okay? They just built a city of hotels across the street from me and pissed me off, okay? Be careful with tourist places because what they do is when they got a good thing, they always go overboard, and then it ends up hurting them more than helping them. So I would also at least know how much can you rent that place out for a year to a good tenant? What's top dollar rent right now in that condo building?
That I didn't even check on. I was just checking Airbnb rentals. I'm sorry that I was not knowledgeable on that. Because I see a lot of people commenting troll.
Where do you live?
And I'm like,
Where do you live?
I live in New Jersey. I live by sort of like
All right, so you're far
Central
away.
Jersey. Yeah, I go to probably Florida like 5-6 times a year.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I would definitely look into the loan. They will loan you money if you go annual, you know, and you know, or month to month even probably. I don't know, but you know, I'm sorry, they don't want to loan on Airbnb. Maybe somebody will eventually start doing it.
I think it's just a risky type of loan, and I don't blame them for that. But it was just more like I had a set plan, like where I put money aside, and then I realized like you're not going to accept it, and then I also don't have $200,000 saved up just to buy that out, flat out.
I don't know. I look. You know, you being so far away, you're gonna have to have somebody manage it for you anyway. By the time you pay the condo association dues, by the time you pay the management, you may not be left with nothing. You better look into an annual rental, how much that'll pay with no headaches.
That was another thing because the partner that I like, one of my friends who was gonna go half and half with me, he also does live in Florida, so he's familiar with the area. He lives 20 minutes into where I was looking around.
Well, I think the only option you got is going annual rent, going to the bank. Sorry, I gotta run, but take care. All right.
You as well. Thank you for talking to me.
All right, thanks.
So when are you gonna be in West Palm?
West Palm Beach Saturday at the Palm Beach Convention Center. The day after my anniversary, my Sweet 16 anniversary. That's how your mother's going to spend it. But what are you going to do? She just come back from Italy, you know? Hey,
Exactly.
put up with that. Man, it's getting hot in here. Oh, it's because I got this nylon shirt on. Man, am I getting fat? Look at that shit. I got to go on a diet. This is getting ridiculous now. Man, water?
Yeah, you got some?
Yeah, $1. $1. All right, you got anybody else call or are we done? Somebody else? What happened to all the girls? They went with your mother?
Yeah. They went to
Hello?
Hello, it's Ben Mallah. How are you today and how can we help you?
Hey, how are you? How you doing?
Pretty good. What's up?
So I had a question. I live in Toronto, separate from my family who live in Vancouver, right, the other side of Canada, and they've just sold some ancestral property out in India for about $5 million US. And I was telling them to go buy a retail center or shopping center. And what do you think is the best way to value that and make sure you're getting a good deal?
Well, number one, I mean, I'm not too familiar with Canada, but if they get that property, do they have to pay Canadian tax?
I meant buy in America.
Yeah, but I know what you meant, but if your parents take that property, do they got to pay Canadians any tax?
No, because it's inheritance.
Oh,
so
okay,
zero
great.
tax on it.
Great.
Yeah.
All right, so, I mean, if you want to buy them like a trouble-free type property, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, like a strong 7-cap retail center, shopping center.
Well, you
in
gotta
like one
be
that's
careful.
growing.
If it's more than one tenant, you still kind of got to worry about it a little. There's the higher management people. You know, if they bought a single tenant of a really strong brand, like I'm flying down in the next couple of days to go look at a BJ's wholesale. You know, it's a it's a big deal, but honestly, they could buy something like that if they can get the credit to pay. You know, are they going to pay cash? What are they going to do? Use the $5 million down, or what do you want? I mean,
Yeah, like use a $5 million down, 25%. I think they'll get a 4% loan because I did talk to a mortgage broker in Florida, and he was saying that he could get us a 4% loan.
You know who I heard? Don't hold me to it, but it's worth a phone call. I heard that TD Bank is looking to do loans here. I don't know about, for properties here right now. Have you ever talked to it's a Canadian bank?
Not yet, but I'll look into that for sure.
Yeah, TD Bank is making money, loaning people here money. But I mean, if you want to take that money and put it all, and spread it into 20 million, I mean, you got to find a really good broker, and you better make sure it's a real good, strong credit to tenants, and you don't want nothing in the internet's gonna kill.
Do you have any recommendations for brokers?
Yeah, there's a ton of them. And you have to go to their websites. You got to sign on. You got to, make it, you can't just go there. I mean, do everything they want you to do and then get in their system and see everything they got for sale. And then, and then anybody will be willing to help you. CBRE is a big firm. JLL, Marcus and Millichap. I mean, there's a lot of smaller ones out there too. But, if you just look up, for the big boy, go to the big companies and do a search, of triple net properties, commercial brokers. And you can look at stuff all over the country.
Okay, and when I do look at different properties, how do I value them? Do I just get all the comparables in the area and do it by price by square foot, or what would be the best way to make sure I'm getting a really good deal?
Well, number one is the cap rate. how much money are you getting on your money? That's what it all boils down to. And how much risk is involved. So, there's a lot of factors involved, but the most important one is you want to look at the ones that are going to give you the biggest return on your investment. And if you're out there, with 20 million to buy all in, I don't know, I would probably split it up in at least 2 shopping centers maybe. What areas you thinking about? Now keep in mind, that, and I believe you're subject to it, we have certain states that are still tax-free, where the state tax is free. You know that, right?
Yeah, so I was looking at North Carolina, South Carolina. I like Florida and Texas, but I feel like it's getting harder and harder to find the really high cap properties. But North Carolina and South Carolina have a lot of tech movement there, as well as Utah. So I was looking in that as well, but I'm open to any state.
Listen, if you know and you feel that there's growth happening in an area, you could be getting in where you have some upside in equity too. So the more homework you do, the better decision you're going to make and the better deal you're going to find. But, I would start by looking at everything that's on the market for sale and your price range and the type of property you want. That's the first step. I do it every single day. That's what I do. I look at everything that's for sale in the market. But go to the big companies, and you won't get jerked around.
And do you think 10X is a good place to purchase it when I do find one?
10X is an auction site.
Yeah.
I bought on 10X before. I mean, 10X is okay, but typically 10X is something that's in distress, or the guy wants to sell it quick. Okay, so you got to be a little careful and do a little more homework when you're dealing with the possibility of something at an auction that could be distressed. There's a reason why it's going to auction, not on the regular market. So you gotta talk to brokers. Brokers are working for you for free. And you can talk to as many brokers as you want. But what kind of cap rate you say you're looking for?
Above 6.
Yeah, no
7.
problem.
I feel like
you can still find stuff in Florida right now. I'm telling you, go to and then all these companies have different cities. Like CBRE, I deal with them in Orlando, and I deal with their office in Tampa, and I deal with their office in Fort Lauderdale. You got so many brokers out there willing to work with you for free right now to just look over what they're holding, what are they trying to sell, and start with doing that. And then start contacting them, talking to them, and, and picking out what the best deal is.
Okay. Thank you. I'll do that.
All right. Take care. Thanks.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Have a nice day now.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Do we run out of callers? What? More callers?
Yep.
Oh, my God. Well, it's a lousy day out today. I couldn't ride my trike. It's too cold to go swimming. Hey, it's Ben Mallah. How are you today? And we're here to see what's up.
Hey, how you doing, big guy?
What's up? What's up? How can we help you?
Well, I am getting $50,000, and I want to see what is the best way to invest that in some real estate.
Well, where do you live? Where are you?
Well, I don't want to buy here in California. It's just too high, and I just don't think it's just the best time to buy here. But I am in Northern California right now.
Yeah, what part? I was in the Bay Area for 18 years.
Oh, is that right? I'm here in Chico, California. It's like 80 miles outside Sacramento.
I hate Chico. You know why I hate Chico? No, honestly, when I think about it, Chico did me a big favor. Chico did me a big favor. You know why? My son went to college at Chico State, my oldest son.
Oh, awesome. Yeah.
And he drunk out. He didn't flunk out, he drunk out. He just went there and partied. The reason why he picked the school was because he heard that Girls Gone Wild was filmed there. He went to Chico State. He partied for a year. And I said, you know what? College ain't for you. And luckily, as soon as I pulled him out of Chico State, he went to work for me, and he's been like gold ever since.
Oh, man.
So
yeah,
I kind of,
yeah.
Chico did me a favor by partying so hard, and now I got him. So,
awesome.
Chico's out in the boondocks. You still can't buy nothing out there, even in California?
Well, Chico is pretty high right now. It just really blew up since the Paradise campfires. Everybody moved up here, and so the real estate just really took off. Now, I currently own my home here in Chico right now, and I've been here since 2008, so it's been a fantastic investment. It's just that the real estate right now, in order to find something, as far as the property and
Well,
rentals.
what's the closest town to
extremely
you?
high.
What's the closest town to you that's affordable?
I think probably like Gridley or Live Oak or some of those little smaller towns, like right in between Sacramento.
Well, that's it. I mean, I know how far is Sacramento in miles.
From Chico to Sacramento is probably about 80 miles, something like that.
Yeah, I've been seeing the prices in Sacramento. I think coming down a little. In apartments. But,
yeah.
I mean, you got to find anything you think you can make money on. You trying to buy rental units? You trying to buy a house? What are you trying to do?
Rental units.
Well, you're kind of limited because if you got 50 grand, you're trying to buy something for what, 200?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
I mean, that's like maybe a duplex. I don't know. Hey, have you ever thought of this? How about if you buy a piece of land cheap that's zoned for a duplex? And I did a ton of these in California. And I put modular homes on them. And those homes lasted 40 years if the tenant wasn't crazy. I could always fix them. You ever think of that? Buy a piece of land, and you buy the modular home for about 50 grand a unit, and you buy the land maybe for 50 grand. For 100 grand, you might be able to do two duplexes. There's factories out there, and I think we're not far from you.
You're right. Yeah, I love land. I have a big 50-acre piece of land that I bought. And
Well,
that really worked
if
out
you
well
want to
for
do
me.
rental units and the price is so damn high, maybe you can find a cheap piece of land. You can't carve out any of that land and put stuff on it, right? The land
Right.
you got.
Yeah.
So you need to maybe look. That's an option to look into. But I mean, you got to do whatever you got to do. If you have to go further out, you got to go further out.
Yeah.
But you only got 200 to spend. I don't know. You ain't got a lot of choices. That's why you might want to look at that modular. You better look, and those modulars, you get like a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. How much would a 3-bedroom, 2-bath rent in Chico right now?
Boy, it would be pretty high.
How much?
I would think a 3-2, you're looking at probably around 1,800.
Oh my God! If you put a couple of little tiny, put a duplex with 2 3-bedroom, 2 baths in on a piece of land you could get your hands on, you clean up because you'd only be into the whole thing for about 100, maybe 100 grand, 150 grand.
Never thought about that. That's really good.
All right. Well, I got to run, but take care. Good luck to you.
Thank you very much, Ben. Appreciate you.
All right. Student housing. Go to Chico. Chico State needs student housing?
Yeah, they do.
There you go, baby. You're renting out by the bedroom. You charge those little brats $800 a bedroom. You get $2,400 out of that 3-bedroom.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. All right. Take care.
Thanks a lot, Ben.
Bye. Are we done? It can't be anybody else that wants to call in.
Oh, look who it is.
Who is it? Oh my God, it's Brooklyn Crazy Mike.
Brooklyn Mike.
The guy that never ate a meal at home. Hello, I'm on the air. What do you want? Yeah, you're calling in, all right. You need to call the hospital and check yourself in, a mental hospital, and go see the dentist too. I'm here working. Bye.
Hey, what do you think?
Right.
You know they're 3D printing houses now?
There's people in the comments saying.
You know they're 3D printing houses now?
Can you print me a 3D house? When you can print me a 3D house, you show it to me. And by the way, I gave your school big money, baby. You better make. I want a 3D house for all the money I gave you.
Okay.
In fact, I'm gonna call the principal and tell her that. I want a 3D house printed with your new 3D development lab you have wanted money for. All right, let's go. All right. What else we got? Somebody else? Anybody? Everybody. Oh my God. What's today? Saturday?
Yep, Saturday.
I don't know what day it is anymore. The holidays and traveling. I want to leave a message.
All right, one more time.
Too late. Go ahead, next caller. They probably had the ringer off. No, they were talking to their girlfriend. All right, so here we are on a Saturday in Largo. Everybody thinks so. You live in Key Largo? No, I just live in Largo. It's not Key Largo.
Hi, Ben.
Hey, it's Ben. How are you today? How can we help you?
Pretty good, Ben. I'm a big fan of yours. I cannot believe I'm talking to you right now.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Ben. Ben, I am looking to get started in multifamily investing and especially Section 8. I have a market over here. I'm in Massachusetts, in Wareham, where the rents are pretty high. So what do you think about Section 8 investing? Like how profitable it is?
I mean, the problem is this: you got to find a place where it's not that makes sense, that the price is right, where the rent's going to make you some profit. You know, you don't want to work for free. I mean, it's all about finding some rental units at a good deal. Know what your rents are. You can find out what your Section 8 rents are going to be by contacting the housing authority, or you go online. They publish their rents, and then find out what your rents are going to be. You know, and how much you want to spend.
I am looking to finance a property with an FHA loan, like 3 units, and later on, after 1 year, move out and rent all the units. So it's like over in Wareham, it's right now $1,800 almost for 2 bedrooms.
All right, but how much you got to pay for the fourplex?
Fourplex, there are not many fourplex available over there, but 3plex is right now going around for $375,000.
375 for a triplex, and then you're gonna get an FHA loan, right? 375. I need a calculator. I can use a phone. How much you got to put down on the triplex?
Probably 3.5% down. So it's going to be around about $14,000, $15,000.
Excuse me. Let's say 375 times 4%. Oops, I hit the wrong button. Oh, I hate calculators. 375,000 times, say 4% is 15 grand down. Okay, so you're gonna get a loan for what? 360?
Yep, round about that. Yep.
All right, so let's say you get a loan for 360. 360. How much did they tell you the interest rate's gonna be?
It's going to be round about maybe, let's say, 3 point something or 4.
Okay, let's say 4 to play it safe. Times 4% equals, you're going to have $14,004 in interest only, and they're going to make you pay principal FHA, right?
Yep.
And what other costs? They're going to make you pay any mortgage insurance?
They're gonna, yes, because it's less than 20% down.
All right, so what do you think your payment's going to be? Do you know already?
Yeah, it's going to be round about like 2,500.
A month?
Yep,
Does
$2,500.
that include property taxes and insurance?
Yep.
All right, so you're all in at $2,500 a month. All right, you're gonna collect how much? You're gonna do a triplex, and you said how much you're gonna collect in rent?
Rent is like right now. I was living and renting from one person who finances property with FHA. He was getting $1,450 for 1 bedroom in Wareham, and he was getting like almost $1,750 now for 2 bedrooms, and he was getting $2,100 for a 3 bedroom.
Well, but you haven't found the property yet, have you?
No, I
so
didn't.
You don't know what you're going to get. But let's take the average. Let's say you're going to get somewhere in the middle of the high and the low, and that puts you at about, let's say $1,700 a month. Play it safe, right? $1,700 a month times 3, right?
Yep.
Okay, that's $5,100 a month in rent. Let's just say $5,000 a month. Half of it's going to all your. Are there any other expenses you're going to have on top of that $2,500? What do you do about water, sewer, and garbage?
Yeah, that I guess we have to pay for it.
Now, you could probably, I don't know about there, but in a lot of places you could charge it to the tenant on top of the rent.
Oh,
you have
really?
to find out.
I
Well,
didn't
you
know
got to find out in your county or your city if you're allowed to, we do. We do what they call a, where we take the bill and we'll split it between the 3 apartments, or unless they have separate meters, then you hit a home run. But anyway, all right, let's say, you're probably going to make, when it's all said and done, let's play it safe and say you're going to make $2,000 a month. Okay?
Yep.
So you're going to make, that's great, because if you could do that deal and only be in for $15,000, then you're going to be getting all your money back in less than a year.
Yep.
So you better do it right away. Get an agent. Find a place. You got to hurry up and find that triplex tomorrow. You got to find an agent that specializes in those small income properties. But good luck. That's what you do. It'd be great. You'll be making money. Anything else I can help you with, sir?
Yes, I just have a question. Over there, there are not many properties coming for sale. So, what is the way to find a deal in that market where the inventory is really tight?
Well, the market's really high, and there's just not a lot of stuff out there. The problem is you may have to go outside your area. That's the big problem. You may have to go outside your immediate area and find out where's the closest place I can buy a triplex and how much is the rent going to be and figure out how much money you're going to make every month. I mean, but you should have a broker looking every day for you in your own neighborhood and, get a broker. Let a broker work for free. They don't make money on you until they sell you something. And you don't pay them. The seller's got to pay them. Please, get a broker. Let a professional show you, give you all the information, do all the homework. Okay?
All right.
All right, thank you.
Ben, thank you.
Hey,
Thank
I
you
own
very
an
much.
Indian restaurant. You know that?
Sorry?
I own an Indian restaurant. You Indian?
No, I'm from Pakistan.
Okay. I was kind of far, kind of close. All right, you have a great weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, Ben. I
Bye-bye.
appreciate that.
Okay. You have anybody else? You still have more people? What a comment say. Anything crazy out there? Somebody want to pick on me? Come on, bring it on, baby. Bring it on. Give me one of the crazy, fat, ugly comments. That's what I like.
All right.
Come on, somebody send in a fat, ugly comment. Give me some of that hate you all got. Release your hate on me. I can take it. Okay, what else you got? Any more callers? Dum 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 dum. Blah blah blah. I need another what? I need another who? I can't read that stuff. Hey, from Greasy. Somebody's from Greasy. All right, what else we got? You don't see any comments there to talk about? Nothing, huh? Oh my God. You got nobody else? I'm done? I'm free? Oh my God. Good thing I ate before I came. I don't know what the hell she tried to feed me today. She tried to feed me spinach, which is not lettuce. Why would you try to fake it for lettuce with no dressing? That's ridiculous. But the hamburgers were good. Who cooked lunch today? You did on the grill?
Hey, Ben.
Yep.
Hey, how are you? How are you doing? How can we help you?
My man. The timing's a little off from the, I got it pulled up on YouTube too. Hey, appreciate you taking my call. You want me to dive right into the question?
Dodge away, baby, dodge away.
All right. So, with, 1 second here. I gotta close my screen.
Turn
Sorry.
the AC on, goddammit. I'm sweating like a fucking pig in this place.
Hey,
Oink,
single
oink.
family properties. What kind of insurance? Like if someone is to buy a single family as a rental, there's not much on forums or in videos from anybody. You name it, Graham, Stefan, yourself.
All right, so here we go.
what do
You
you
got a
need
house
to-
you want?
yes, sir.
You got a house that you're currently renting out, or you want to rent out?
Going to planning on
Okay,
it.
you got to call an insurance broker. Okay, and tell them that I want to get insurance on this house, whatever the value is. Regular insurance that you'd have if you lived in it. It's fire or whatever, and then you want to get a liability policy because it's a rental. Simple. Liability policies aren't that much. On a single family, shouldn't be that much at all.
Okay.
But you want a liability if something slip and fall, they hurt themselves, and they go and sue you. They don't take your house. So get a liability policy. You probably want to get $500,000, $1 million coverage, and protect your what. All agents sell them. Everybody sells them. Any home insurance place will sell them. You go online and get one, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so much between like LLC and.
Well, you should have it in an LLC.
Like,
Do you have it in an LLC? Do you have an LLC on it?
No, I don't. That's.
How do you hold
I guess a
title?
whole other
How are you
topic
holding
when you have
title?
Several houses.
How are you holding
Right
title?
now, I only have one condo in Tarpon, but I do plan to basically one single family at a time, running them out.
Okay, so, do you hold title in an LLC? No, you should. This way it protects you. So nobody can personally come after you, at least that easy. So I would definitely convert it to an LLC. Don't cost nothing to do that. And I would just go find an insurance broker, say, hey, give me a policy on this house, and I need $1 million liability in case anybody gets hurt as a tenant.
Sweet, awesome.
All right,
Hey, somebody said that lion blinked. I believe him.
What?
Somebody said the lion behind you blinked. I believe him.
The lion blinked?
Yes, it really did.
That line starts blinking. I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Ben, I love you, man. I appreciate
All
taking
right,
the call.
take care. Bye. All right. Anybody else? Oh my God. What kind of comments you leaving there?
I'm looking.
Nobody's being mean anymore? Any nice ones?
Yeah.
What kind?
Let's see.
All right, where are we at? Who are we? Hello? Hello? Oh, gone. I don't know, Raphael. You sure you're not calling the numbers the girl gave you at the club the other night, the ones that ain't answering? Raphael goes to the club. He's the disco Polak. You know, he's picking up girls in America. Shit, they give him numbers and none of them ever. They're always numbers that would be disconnected. Poor Raphael.
Those are the comments.
A comment says, I can't see with these sunglasses on. What the hell are you wearing sunglasses for indoors anyway?
What brand?
I don't know, but oh shit, they're expensive. I don't want to break them. All right. Blah, 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 blah. I can't read this stuff. What's the best way to buy? Put the money down. I have $20 cash, no credit. Well, you got cash, no credit's better than bad credit, baby. All right, what else we got? You got any more phone numbers?
I'm working on it.
He's working on it. Call me. You didn't put a phone number, Paul. How am I going to call you? Hello? Oh. Call me. Blah, blah, blah. How am I going to call you? You didn't give a phone number. You know, don't go into real estate. You ain't ready. If you leave somebody a message that says, call me. Hey, it's Ben. How you doing? How can we help you?
Hey, what's going on, brother? How are you?
I'm okay. How are you? What's up?
Good, man. Worried about you, man. You get ease down on the cigarettes, brother.
Yeah, I'm all right, man. You're right. I've smoking exactly 4 since I've been here. For how long? An hour? Wait a minute.
Yeah, man.
I should be able to do 6 an hour. It's 1 every 10 minutes. Okay. What's up, man? What are you up to?
Nothing, man. Just watching your stuff. Looking at real estate. But I have a question for you. We're in Southern California. The market's rough out here. What's the closest market I can go to buy stuff? I'm talking stuff there a million, like 4 units maybe.
Where are you? Where are you at? Where are you at?
Southern California, San Diego.
Oh, you're in a really expensive area. You better go to Mexico.
Rough out, man.
I don't know. You know, I only lived in Northern California. I mean, you know, the best way to tell is to go on LoopNet maybe and just look at that area, you know, and see what's on there. Or, you know, I mean, I don't know much about San Diego area, so that's the problem. But go on.
How about Arizona? Do you like Arizona stuff? I could go there.
Arizona always looked like a place I would go. I never did go, but you know, you go check it out. I don't know if you can afford to go down there and check it out, but you know, it don't hurt. But go there and check out something that's actually for sale. You know, like find something online. You know, find a broker out there. Go to a broker's website. But yeah, San Diego's a tough town. You know, a lot of rich folks in San Diego. How did the military? You got all that military out there. How do they afford to live?
I don't know, man. I think they live in chicken coops or something.
Yeah, those poor soul Navy people gotta live out there. There's no.
It's hard, man.
There's nothing.
It's hard.
There's no way you can rent to them, huh? There's nothing to buy to rent to them.
No, they live close to the Tijuana border. That's where the cheapest places are. But I mean,
that's where you gotta go, senor. You got to come to the Tijuana, man. You know, and rent to the Navy people. I don't know. I mean, I'm sorry. You live in a very expensive place. Move.
Yeah. I have one more question. Like, if I had to raise, let's say, $200,000, do I just call up investors? Is there a website to find that people want to spend money on this stuff? Like, if I manage the deal, buy the deal, and do everything, and I just need to find someone that has $200K, like $200,000, $300,000.
You want to buy a deal with somebody else's money? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, sir.
Well, you know, it's done. There's a lot of guys out there doing it, but you got to find the people that are willing to give you the money. You know, find a deal, and then maybe you can approach a hard money lender that might be willing to say, yeah, this deal looks good. I'll take a piece of it. I don't
Yeah.
know, but normally people want to see you have your own money in it. You got to have
Right.
your own
What's
skin in the game. Skin in the game, baby.
What's an example of a hard money?
There's people out there. You go online and find them all the time. Hard money is where maybe they'll say, okay, I'll put the money up to buy it. You got to come up with some money to fix it. It's going to be in both our names or just his name. I don't know. There's always a deal to be made. It's just how much of the pie do you want to give away? The less money you got, the more of the pie you got to give away. And then you might only be left with a piece of pepperoni. You might even get the crust. All right, we got to go. So take care and good luck in San Diego.
All right, man. Thank you. Take care of your health, man. We care about you.
Thank you. What else you got? We done?
We have calls.
You got more people?
Yeah.
I don't believe it. What the hell are these people doing on a goddamn Saturday watching YouTube? They could be out looking for houses to buy. What else you got? Oh, he's trying to dial somebody. Anyway, it's ringing. We're selling this office building here. We're sitting in an empty office building right now. We took a little space in an empty office building. We're going to have an auction. Oh, nobody there?
Hey, Ben, how you doing?
Hey, pretty good. How are you? How can we help you?
Good. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I've spoken to you once before. I'm a property manager in New York, and I'm also selling commercial, retail, commercial, residential properties as well. I just wanted to know. We all know how you came up in real estate, and I was wondering, in today's world, if you were in my position, for example, what do you think in the real estate field? What's the best way and fastest way in order to get to higher level, such as yourself?
When you say you're in New York, what part of New York?
Queens, Brooklyn, Manhattan.
Man, if I had to make it in New York, where I came from, I'd be a garbage man today. New York is such a hard town. I mean, I don't even know how you survive there. I mean, I couldn't do it. I don't know how you do it. And you're managing properties, but you don't own any yet, do you?
Yeah, I mean,
you own any properties?
I do own 2 properties. I own a house and I own a commercial property that's rented. But I also work for some of the largest landlords in New York City. So what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to have an example of a project that I can do myself, and then take it to the people that I work for and have me grow with them, because they are able to get the financing at a much easier process than I would have to go through.
Well, when I worked for a big shot development company out of San Francisco, I did exactly that. I went out, I went out there and looked for deals that I felt had value to be added to them, and I put the whole package together, and I'd lay it on the damn vice president's desk, and he'd look at me and he'd say, the copy room's down the hall. That's your office. But anyway, if you got people that were willing to listen to you, and you could bird dog a deal, and you're also going to be involved in the management of it, that's how I got into business, managing other people's property, then you got to get out there and find deals and, and lay it on the table and tell them, hopefully they'll give you a piece of it and, and play fair and make money. Everybody makes money. That's what I did with my partner.
Yeah, that's the goal, and obviously I'm there to add value.
There you go. Find the deal.
I believe
Brooklyn and Queens. I don't know how. I don't know. Maybe go to Far Rockaway.
I wish. I wish you a very happy New Year.
All right, take care. Good luck. What else you got? Man, this shirt's too hot. What do they make this material out of? This golf stuff.
All right, you want a mean comment?
Yeah.
Carlito said, Ben, you're so fat.
Carlito?
Carlito.
Probably watched that movie Carlitos way too many times. Gave himself that name. I'm Carlito. Oh, no, you know who Carlito also was? The guy who ran wrestling in Puerto Rico. Carlito Colon. Anyway, he said I'm too fat.
You're so fat.
He's all right. Carlito's all right. And I'm going to lose some weight. I went to Italy. The food sucked. and I'm back here ready to get trimmed. Could have been worse. I could have went to Poland. Oh my God, I can imagine how bad the food is in Poland. It's got to be bad. I've never heard anybody say, "Hey, let's go out for Polish tonight," like Jewish. Nobody's going out for Jewish restaurant. Do they even exist? A deli, baby. Hello?
How's it going?
Hey, it's Ben. Hi, how are you? How can we help you?
I got a couple of questions here.
Okay.
The first one, I recently decided to go back to school in September, but part of that reason is I couldn't find a big, juicy real estate deal to bite into because we have a hot market here in the Toronto area. So what are some ways that you are able to find value in a hot real estate market?
I mean, it's hard, you know. Sometimes there's just ain't no deals out there. Everybody's being too greedy and wants too much money. And the deals don't make sense, but you're better off not buying than buying a bad deal. So, you know, right now I'm in the same boat. I'm sitting on the market right now, sitting on the sidelines. I'm not going to pay them $100,000 plus a door for the apartments I used to pay $50 and $60 for, and the rents didn't go up as much as that. So, I don't know. You know, right now is an expensive time to be in the market. Maybe it's a good time to go to school, or you have to look outside your comfort zone, you know, and look at other areas. I don't know. Toronto's a beautiful town, but it's expensive as hell.
Thanks a lot, man. That reinforces the decision.
You're doing the right
decided to
thing
go to
right
law-
now. You're on the sidelines. At least you're not making a bad deal.
That's fair. I decided to go to law school, and my second question is, you've probably dealt with a lot of real estate lawyers over your career. What have they done well? What have they not done well? And just because I'm a little bit greedy here, what do you wish that they could do for you that they're currently not doing?
You know, real estate lawyers are great, you know, because it gives you a lot of help when you're doing the deal. So somebody to check all the what do you call it? Dot the I's, cross the T's, and make sure you're protected. But ultimately, you know, they're not the decision makers. You know, it's all about finding that deal, and only you can do that. Or with the help of a good broker, and then do the lawyers are only good for executing the contract and closing the deal. You know, that's just a process. You're hiring them to do a process, you know, which you should definitely use one. But you got to find the right brokers. The brokers are the ones that know the business, know the market, and make you the money, baby. The brokers are the key to the whole business. All right?
Yeah, that's
Good
my
luck.
question.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
How are you feeling?
All right. I'm headed over. It's already 6:42, baby. You know, for some reason, the less I eat, the less hungry I'm getting. I'm supposed to go walking tonight on the damn beach for 2 miles. You have a big giant fish they caught on the beach in front of us? A grouper, like
Goliath.
a Goliath grouper, which they had to release against the law to catch him. Oh, my legs. Hello, hi, it's Ben. How you doing? Are we here to help?
Hey, Ben. How are you, man? Big time fan over here.
We appreciate
Thank you
that.
For,
Where you
thank
at?
you for giving me a call.
Where are you?
Right now, I'm over in Cape Coral, but originally I'm in West Palm.
Oh, man. Cape Coral is great, and I'll be in West Palm Beach Convention Center this Saturday.
Yeah, I'm hoping to see you there.
That'd be great.
I wanted to pick your brain on something. The short end. We will get right into the question. You know, I'm 36 years old. I've had a couple business ventures that have had minimal, short-term success. You know, I've owned a cafe. I had a group home that I worked with the state, and due to certain events, like the divorce took out the cafe, and I had to go under surgery. Not a pity story or any of that. I don't want to dive too much into that, but I had a brain tumor, and I had to take a lot of time off, and I wound up closing up shop, and now I'm back on a rebound to where I've found myself in a position of being a 40% owner into the next venture of a medical detox. And I'm not good, you know, I'm good with coming up with ideas, I'm investing, and you are the master at it. And watching your videos, and when you break down the return, you know, these are things I hadn't had a chance to foresee. And, you know, at 36, I feel like I'm running out of time to really see some, just that return, you know, not a guarantee, but I guess what I'm asking you is, if you were in my position, what would be your first real venture? Because I've heard many things like with real estate, with duplexes. I've heard, finding lots, turning them into parking lots, and leasing them to buildings next to them. If you were to point me into a right direction, now, one thing against me is, especially with when I went in for the surgery first time in my life, my credit, I had some late payments. I've had about 5 late payments, which it's now rectified, but I know that that's going to stay on my record. So you being, the god of investing, what would you recommend for me, Ben?
Okay, did you say that you got back involved with, you got something cooking right now? You got something going on, 40% or something, you said?
Yes, sir.
What is that?
What had happened was, my friend is the owner of the property, and we went through and we got it zoned and licensed for a detox. So I'm coming in with intellectual property. They're coming in with the actual asset and the physical property itself. They are the owner of that.
Is it open yet? Is it open?
No, sir, not yet.
I might need to come.
Oh, go ahead.
Hey, but seriously, if that's what you got, that's your biggest break right now to get your hands on some money and get back on track, then you got to work whatever comes your way. If you can make that deal, hurry up and open that place up and get some money coming in. That's the most important thing, I would think. Real estate, you got to find whatever deal you can. Cape Coral, that's where you're at. That's a beautiful area.
No, I understand, but I'm saying foreseeing the future, not making like a wrongful venture. What do you find secure? Is it the
How long ago did you make the late payments?
Say that again, please?
How old are the late payments?
As of right now, they're probably from 7 months ago, 8 months ago.
Are they paid?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. The most important thing is you got to get money in the bank, and you got to get out there and find a deal, whether it's a house or a duplex or a triplex or a piece of land, whatever you find value in. But you got to have the money to do it. You got any money?
A little bit. I put everything I had into this venture right now.
All right. Well, then you got to work the venture, because that's you put your eggs in that basket. Then that's the basket you got to start weaving. That's the best advice I would think off the top of my head. Go wherever you got your money tied up in and make that money make you money. Give it everything you got. Get that place open. Get some clients in there, and make money, and then you can start moving on to bigger and better things.
All right, I appreciate the
All right,
input.
you have
Thanks,
a great
sir.
weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, you still got callers? Hard to believe. I don't believe it. I don't believe you did 100 sit-ups either. Okay, I'm gonna watch it. Hi, it's Ben. How are you today? How can we help you?
What's up, Ben? It's Kevin. So I've got some questions for you.
Okay, fire away.
Let's do it. All right, so everyone's chasing returns, and everybody's excited about following you, especially with these big deals. But a lot of people, haven't started yet. They don't have the assets. They're afraid to start, whatever it is. So I've got a couple questions for you based on that. Watching your videos, obviously, wondering what's stopping you from doing some more of these, maybe you don't have to, but maybe to show your audience, maybe take some of these smaller deals, and rather than looking at the fixed up ones, look at something that's beat up, get something below market value, and show how to fix it up Ben Mallah style.
The problem is I got 20 deals on the table right now that I got to manage, and they're big deals, and there's a lot of money at stake. So, I'm just here trying to help people out. I can't go back to fixing up little places because my time, and I got to keep my money working. I got to stay on top of my 1031s, but you should be doing it. You should be out there buying and fixing and selling and all that.
What you just said is my expectation of exactly what everybody should hear and what you should have said. Because the reality is, I feel like everybody watching your channel should be thinking, hey, you want to do big deals like Ben, think about what Ben just said. Start with those smaller deals. Isn't that right?
You're absolutely right. Everybody's got to start. I started with a small deal. I started with a tiny deal. You got to start somewhere. You can't start at the top and work your way down like a lot of guys do. But good luck to you, and I hope you find a deal immediately.
Love it. So I've got another one.
Okay.
There's a wholesaling. We've heard so much about this. We've heard so much about Airbnbs. It's talked to death now. This rental arbitrage and all this stuff. Something new that seems to be coming up. I'm not sure how much you guys do this in Florida. You ever do garage conversion? So instead of house hacking, just the house and renting out the rooms, convert your garage to a legal 1-bedroom or an attached unit or something like that.
Absolutely. If you can do it legally and turn your garage into a studio or a mother-in-law unit, and you don't need the garage, then absolutely do it. If any way you can make money, you should do it. As long as you can tolerate running strangers in and out of your garage and you're sleeping next door.
Right.
And you better be careful who you rent to. You don't want nobody partying in your damn house and you're there. But I understand what you're saying. Take whatever tools you got and do it and use it and do whatever you got to do to get ahead. Maybe then you'll make enough money where you'll rent out your space and move into a better space. All right?
Go.
Very good.
One for you. Last one I got for you. From a property management point of view, and including now apartment buildings, when you go look for deals, would you rather have 3-bedroom, 2-bath units or 2-in-1s rather than like studios and 1-bedrooms? Do you find that some are more management intensive than others?
I mean, studios are not going to bring you the money like a 3-bedroom is. It's all about how cheap you can buy it. I mean, a 3-bedroom is going to bring you the triple the rent of a studio. Okay, but then again, if it's a house, all right, but if it's apartments, you can have kids in there, you can have more maintenance, you can have more, expenses in 3 bedrooms, you're going to need more parking. I mean, it depends. As long as the property can stay rented at whatever it was built to be, and you're collecting that money and maxing out your income and keeping your expenses down, that's all that matters. I mean, if it's a studio and it's a deal, buy it. If it's a 2-bedroom, buy it. As long as you know you're getting a good deal and you're going to make money.
And on making money, do you think the market's a little overpriced?
The market's way overpriced right now. I think it needs at least a 20% correction. But, interest rates are low, and the rental people haven't ran back to buying houses up. They're paying big money in rent still, even though everybody got forgiven for everything they did 10 years ago. But, it's definitely overpriced. They call that a good economy. But, all right, well, good luck to you. Take care, all right?
Deal. Thanks, man.
Bye-bye. Here we go. You done?
Yeah, we're done.
You got more calls?
We got one.
Then put them on there. Come on, put them on. I haven't done this in a while. Might as well do it for as long as people want to watch it. I don't believe anybody's watching it. Okay.
Now there's 1.2 thousand.
1.2 thousand people are watching YouTube and looking at your. I was going to say something really hurt your feelings.
Wouldn't have hurt my feelings.
Look at your. Oh yeah, you're not on camera. Nobody can see your pimples.
Ben, that's not nice.
I told him, be careful.
Sorry.
Everyone is subject to criticism. All right, what do we got for Folly? They can't hear, can they? They can't hear the caller. Put that speaker right there.
The mic will pick up.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello, hi, it's Ben. How are you? How can I help you?
Ben, how you doing?
Pretty
This is
good.
Josh. Thanks for taking my call.
No problem.
So, Ben, I've been listening to the live podcast here. I just paused it here so we didn't get any feedback. But it's my first year in investing, thanks to guys like you.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. It's great.
So I picked up 3 properties last year, a couple duplexes and a single family. Bought them at 40 to 60% of value and wedged my way. Renovated them and we got them rented out and everything's great. So that's a good start.
That's great. I mean,
my question.
Great.
My question to you is: I've been listening to some of your, obviously your content, and you're working in much different deal sizes, right? And it seems like as people go up in deal size, they start to look at the tax benefits and the depreciation much differently. That seems to impact the deal significantly. So my question to you is, and I have people on both sides, people who they don't depreciate their properties really at all. They pay the taxes up front. They have lots of costs in the renovations. And then I have people on the other end who use cost segregation analysis and other things to basically accelerate the depreciation and then try to depreciate to zero as fast as possible, and then 1031 out of it as fast as possible, and keep riding that train. So, I guess my question is, are there guidelines? You know what I mean? That you kind of go by when you're looking at these things. How do you approach these things?
When you say the guy's putting all kinds of money in the renovation, he may not have a lot of expenses to pay taxes on. I don't know. I mean, it's all about what's right for that individual person. If you don't mind paying the tax, or you feel like the tax is not that bad, 20% of over a year of short-term capital gains, then a lot of guys pay it. They say, hey, I made 200 grand, I got to give the government 40, I'm happy. I walk away with 160 grand. Other people, cost segregation is typically for people that hold properties for long periods of time. Then you cost segregation and you increase and, expedite your depreciation, but that's for a long-term plan. The other guy's doing it for, it sounds like, the short-term plan.
Yep.
Yep.
I mean, it seems like
well, you got to do whatever works. Whatever makes money for you and puts the most money in your pocket at the end of the day, that's what matters. And if you're going for the long-term income approach, then yeah, you cost segregate, you depreciate, you get good cash flow, and everybody lives happily ever after.
Got it. So you 1031 it, and then the exit strategy is you keep it forever. You keep 1031ing it till the end.
Till the end, and we all will see the end one day. But if you're married, your wife inherits everything at what they call stepped-up basis. So your wife, if you have a wife, she hits the jackpot because the government forgives all the previous that goes to today's value. So there is no capital gains, there's no equity, there's no profit in their eyes because she just acquired the property at today's value. So there's a lot of benefits to the spouse when you drop dead of doing 1031s. All right,
That's
you take
awesome.
care. Have a good weekend.
I'll keep her around a while longer. Thanks.
All right, me too. I hope.
Have a good one.
Take care. I'm gonna start making Erin taste my food first. From now on, before I eat a meal, you're gonna taste it, and she'll know that, and she ain't gonna get rid of you. She'll get rid of me. All right, what do we got? Carla, how are you? Out getting her nails done today. Got her nails done. At least she goes to, I gotta give her credit. She'll go to the nail shop that's in our shopping center and support our tenants. Okay, that's good. I mean, she can go anywhere she wants, but she chooses to go to our tenants and spend the money there because the money comes back to us in rent. All right, what do you got, Rafali? It's coming. You're lucky there's kids in the room. I can't say nothing. What? You got something to say?
Hello?
Oh, it's called. Yeah, hey, it's Ben. How are you? How can we help you?
Hey, Ben, how you doing?
Pretty good.
I'm just sitting in my truck right now, but I was just wondering, for somebody who works 70 hours a week as a truck driver and who's OTR for 1 to 2 months at a time, I'm just worried if I get into real estate that I'm not there to watch it or tend to it, or I just, and right now I've just been stacking money, and I got about 140 grand in the bank, and I make about $15,000 to $20,000 a month running my own truck. What advice do you have to me, somebody who is never home? But I do live in Clearwater, Florida. I know that's where you do business out of. What advice do you have for me getting started?
Well, if you're based out of Clearwater, you got anybody here that can help you in your life that while you're on the road that can back you up? You got your kids, you got an old lady, you got friends. I don't know, anybody that you share life with.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I got my wife at home, and she's pregnant. She's got 3 kids that she's got to watch over, though. I don't want to put a burden on her. And
How old are
she
your
doesn't
kids?
really like to work. I got one on the way, a little boy, and then I got 2 daughters, 5 years old, and then I got a 1-year-old. I'm only 27, so.
Yeah, your kids are
but
young,
I'm
so-
trying to make a living.
The problem is, if you try to do houses, typically, if you don't have a lot of tenants calling you about this or that, it's not a lot of time, and then pretty much, let's say you bought yourself a duplex, okay? Let's say you got a couple of tenants in there, and something breaks, the toilet needs to be replaced. I mean, you can call a plumber. Just go out there. You can pay over the phone with a credit card. You can have your wife maybe make a phone call. It's not that big of a deal. It's not a lot of headache involved, and you can do almost everything over the phone and on the internet these days. So, I mean, I wouldn't let that stop you from being on the road. I mean, what are you going to do if you're here? I mean, if it's an emergency, they dial 911. You know, I mean, you got insurance, you know, on the property. So I would try to start to look for a small property, you know, and try it out. A house, a small property. You just got to make sure that the cash flows. You don't want to overpay because Clearwater is even expensive right now. You know, but you know, there's a good area maybe around Drew. You can find, you know, what Drew is, and, you know, on the other side of 60, you know.
Yes, sir.
That area there may be a little less
Well, I appreciate
expensive.
it.
All right, well, you know, I would
Yes, sir.
let
was
it stop you, you know.
If you had like any recommendations for like real estate agents, because I don't have like I don't know anybody in that business. You're the only guy I follow.
Yeah,
So I was wondering
you
if
can
you had
call,
like any like referrals or something like that.
Yeah, you can call a guy. You can call a guy. You don't watch our videos, maybe, but in our videos, we just we got this young guy, and it's friends. He went to school with my son, and he just sold Vincent a house, my son, and he sold Julio, my nephew, a house. You can call Nick Stavros. Nick Stavros, what's his number? Let's see. Hey, you got a way of writing the number down? I want everybody to call Nick Stavros. I'm just kidding.
That would be funny.
Yes, sir.
I'll tell you what.
I got my paper out.
You got a paper out. Come on, Nick Stavros. Where's the number, Aaron? Contacts, Nick. Simple. All right, here we go. If you need a real estate agent in the Clearwater area, you can contact Nick Stavros at 727-804-7928. And if you don't need a place in Clearwater, you just want to screw around with somebody, call him and make a prank call. All right? Because I never liked the kid to begin with, but he is good. He's trying hard. And you tell him, listen, I want something that's going to cash flow. You show me everything on the market in my area, Pinellas County, that's a 1, 2, 3, or 4, bedroom rental. I mean, units. 1 to 4plex, okay?
Yes, sir.
And then you make Nick help you when you're on the road. If he sells you a place, say, listen, if I buy this place and I'm on the road, you got to help me out in an emergency, okay?
Yes, sir.
All
Okay,
right,
so he'll
take
be
care.
Like a
Good
property
luck.
Manager too, and he'll take care of it all.
Huh?
He'll be like a property manager. As well,
You can
so
stop
he'll
paying
do the whole
people,
thing, like
but
the real estate
I
and all
would
that.
listen. If it's only 1, 2, 3, or 4 units, you don't need to pay nobody. Just as long as you get it rented, to the right people, you can hire, maybe somebody to lease it out for you. You can put it out for rent, and then once you get it rented, there's not much to do. Ask Nick. Maybe he can help you rent it out too, and you pay him a few bucks. That's what I used to do. Rent properties out for people.
Oh.
All right. If you're in Clearwater,
All right.
call Nick
Well,
up.
thank
He
you,
needs
sir.
business. Thanks. Take care.
All right. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye. Keep on trucking, baby. Boop, boop. What else you got, Rafalzo? I never understood. What does the North Pole have to do with Poland? I don't even think they're near each other. North Pole, South Pole. What happened? Your people got lost and they just called it Poland? Or they got tired of freezing and they found warm weather and let's call this Poland. All right, what do you got? Hello, how are you? Nobody there? They left. That was not a... All right, what else we got here? What else? We went to Italy. It stunk. I mean, that was great. They need to fix that damn Coliseum up. That place is broke down, tore up from the floor up. Why don't they fix those old buildings? The Coliseum, the Vatican's. This place is 1,000 years old. It's time to fix them up. It's falling apart. It's ridiculous.
Wait, there was one thing that you loved about it, though.
History.
What was that?
Everywhere, 5 feet away, everywhere you walk, there's a smoking thing.
You can
smoking
smoke everywhere. Yeah.
trash.
Europe, everybody smokes in Europe. They have ashtrays in the garbage cans. It's great. In Milan Airport, after they made me walk 5 miles just to get my ticket, turn in my bags, go through customs, get to the gate, I walked 5 miles in that damn airport, and we stayed purposely in a hotel next door so we wouldn't have to go far. We're in the same terminal. They still took us on a 5-mile journey. And they put the Americans all the way at the damn back counter all the other airlines come first, and the Americans are stuck over the other end of the terminal. Then finally, I get to the gate. The plane is boarding. I was already hours ahead of time, I thought, but now I'm behind time. I get to the gate, and I was pissed, and my back was hurting. But they got me. They had a glass bubble in the airport next to the gates where you can go and smoke. That shut me up. All right, because that's like a 9-hour flight without smoking. Paulie claims that he used the e-cigarette in the bathroom once.
Where are we going? Germany?
All right, what do you got? You got another caller or what? One more. How many more you really got?
Yeah, people are saying
A
Ben
lot?
for president. 2020.
Presidente.
2020.
Not me, baby.
Hello?
Hello, hi, it's Ben. How are you? How can we help you?
Yeah, I got a question. Say I have a fixed salary and I want to replace my salary with real estate over time. What's the fastest way I could do that?
You want to replace your salary with real estate?
Yeah.
How much is your salary?
Roughly 1.5.
$1.5 million a year?
Yeah.
What are you, a brain surgeon? Well, who pays you that kind of salary?
Orthopedic surgery.
You're an orthopedic... Say it again?
Orthopedic surgeon.
You're an orthopedic surgeon. And you want to stop fixing people's orthopedics to go in real estate?
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to work forever because that's a stressful job.
That's
So I just want
mostly
a passive
feet, right?
income.
What's the matter? The feet starting to smell, starting to get to you?
Oh,
Orthopedic
man, that stuff is
surgeon.
killer.
How far do you go up being an orthopedic surgeon? Can you go? You can't go above the knee, can you?
No. That's podiatry. That's
Oh, I'm sorry.
Knee below.
You're orthopedic.
Yeah, orthopedic surgery is the whole body.
The whole body, every inch of the body you can fix?
Well, you're working on the musculoskeletal system, so you're not working on every part of the body. You're working on the bones, the muscles, tendons, stuff like that.
What's the man part considered?
What was that?
What's the man part considered? Is that a muscle or is that... It's not a bone. Well, sometimes it is, but... All right, we can't talk about that right now. Stop it, doctor. We got children present. Okay? All right, so you're an orthopedic surgeon. How long have you been practicing medicine? And why do they call it practicing? Don't you guys ever learn it? 20 years? You sound like a young man. 20 years?
No, 2 years.
2 years? Come on, you ain't got that much saved up yet. Even at $1.5 million a year, what do you got? A couple of million in the bank?
I mean, less than that.
I mean, in
Purchase the house.
in order for you to get an income of $1.5 million a year, I do things a very simple way. I didn't go to college like you. All right? Automatically, that tells me that you're going to need, let's see, $1.5 million. That's like 1.5% of $100 million. You're going to need, let's see, $1.5 million is $100 million. I mean, that's at 1.5%. I don't know. You got me mixed up, doctor. Anyway, you're going to need to make a lot of money in real estate to get $1.5 million. You're going to have to put up a lot of money. You're going to have to buy a deal for like $16 million at a cap rate of about 9, which is not heard of. So if you want real estate, you ain't got to work for a living, just get a return on.
Yeah, so I don't.
You got to buy a Home Depot for $20 million, basically.
What was that?
You're gonna have to take. Let's see. If you took the $500,000, you actually could put that down on a $20 million worth of triple net retail at a hopefully 6 to 7 cap, depending on the tenant. So you actually could. Let me see a calculator, please. Let me figure this out. You say you got $5 million right now, and you want to retire? Is that what you're saying?
No. I don't got $5 million right now. I'm saying I have. No, I'm saying I have a after expenses and everything. I'm getting around $700,000 cash.
After your expenses of running the business as a doctor in your pocket, you mean?
Yeah, that's how much I have in my pocket at the end of the year.
All right, so you got $700,000, and you want to maintain that $700,000. How much money you got to put down on the deal?
Well, that's what I have right now because.
What do you got? $700,000?
Yeah.
I mean, basically, for you to make, that kind of money, you got to buy something, let's see, a $20 million deal times 7 cap, 7% is $1.4 million, and then you're probably going to give half to the bank and half to you, so that'll get you $700,000. But to do a $20 million deal, you need at least $4 million. I mean, you got a long way to go. I mean, $700,000 right now will only bar you about $3 million, not even 2.8. And 2.8 is
so I'm
only
not
gonna
looking right now, but is it possible within the next 10 years?
I mean, it's based on return. You could always go into the market with $1 million, right? And you could buy something for $4 million with your million. You follow me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So the $4 million is going to say, let's give you a 6 cap, play it safe with a real good, strong tenant. That's $240,000 a year you're going to get in rent, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then you're going to go out and you're going to leverage probably that. You're already leveraged on that $4 million with $1 million. So let's see, that's only $3 million. So the bank's going to charge you $3 million, and about 4% is $120,000 a year. So you're going to get half, like I said, 122. On $1 million a year, you can get roughly leverage 10% on your money, which will get you $100,000. So you're going to need every $100,000 a year. You need $1 million for every $100,000 a year. You need to get a return. So if you want $500,000 a year, you need $5 million.
Okay, makes sense.
All right, very good. Anything else, Doctor?
Awesome. No, that's all. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Good luck to you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
What else we got? Nothing. All right, I guess it's over. We're done.
Where's the lion?
It's ringing again. The lion what?
Where's the lion from?
The lion is from Africa, baby. I thought all lions came from Africa. I don't know. It was a gift from Vincent. I think, right? That one was a gift from Vincent from Daytona. He found it in a thrift shop or something. And I had lions. And all of a sudden, he's sending me lions. I already got 2 lions. He sends me 2 more lions. Now I got a house full of friggin' lions, so I had to put one in here. We got 3 in the house, don't we?
Yeah.
Wait, we got 1, 2 in the game room.
Where's the third?
Where the hell's I'm missing a friggin' lion. Did I have 4?
In the pool.
I put one in the pool. When you swim in a lazy river, there's a lion sitting there in the landscape. I forgot, see? I haven't swum in a while. All right, what else you got, Folly? I'm going to start calling you Falafel. Falafel. That's it?
That's it for today.
All right, thank you very much for tuning in. And I'll be in Palm Beach. And what else? Anybody want to care about Italy? You want to talk about Italy? Carla, you want to tell me about how wonderful Italy was? All right, come on. There's only one camera on me or what? Is that camera working?
Yeah.
Oh, it's been on him too. Okay. All right, come on there. There you go. Have a seat. There you go. Come on. Carla went to Italy because that was her Christmas present, Happy New Year present, birthday, which is in 2 days, and anniversary, which is in 4 days. We got married 2 days after she turned 18.
Okay, you don't have to tell everybody.
Okay, so you went to Italy, and that covered 4 gifts.
Yes, it did.
Okay, I got that on record. I'm free. I'm done. All right, how
You're
are
up
you?
the hook. Don't worry.
All right, 8 days of Italy. What did you do? Where did you go? Where'd you go? How'd you see?
We see everything. It was beautiful. It was wonderful. A lot of wine. I drank a lot of wine.
I thought it was
The
terrible.
food was excellent.
It was freezing cold. The food stunk.
No, it did not.
They don't even make Italian food in Italy. The spaghetti was hard.
No, it was not hard.
If you serve somebody some spaghetti like that in an American restaurant, that shit's going back. You go to Olive Garden, they ain't got no hard-ass
Seriously,
spaghetti.
you're gonna compare the food from Italy to Olive Garden? It's not the same.
Al dente. What the hell? I like to punch your dente out. Cooking that hard-ass spaghetti. They couldn't even make me a veal parmesan. They don't even know what parmesan is. They didn't fry the damn mozzarella sticks. They didn't fry the calamari.
It was fresh.
And then
That's
they wanted
why.
me to eat rabbit.
Yeah. You
I ain't
didn't
no
like the
friggin'
rabbit?
I ain't eat nothing I can't catch.
It was beautiful. Don't listen to him.
All right,
Italy was
every
gorgeous.
old
If
building-
anybody think about going, please. It was unbelievable.
And every building had graffiti on it and broken down buildings.
Hey, you went shopping, buddy. I didn't.
Yeah,
You did.
I'm sorry I bought the damn tight ass Italian clothes.
It looked good.
I gotta lose weight now, so I didn't piss away all that money on those tight ass Italian clothes they sell there.
Yeah, he was walking a lot.
Everybody's skinny in Italy. I don't know how they're skinny and eat pasta roll every goddamn day.
He said the pot is not fanny.
He didn't know nothing.
Yeah, he did.
Guy stays at home stepping on his grapes, making his
Ben
own
didn't like it
wine.
every time we they open the door. Ben says thank you, and they say prego means you're welcome. Ben's like, I'm not pregnant. I'm like, duh.
I'm just fat. Can you get one of these out of the refrigerator, please? Yeah.
Anyways,
What else? You went to Italy.
We went to
Kids
Italy.
Going back to school.
that's it. Party's over.
You know?
Back to reality.
I took you gambling in the Bahamas twice. Once without Erin and once with Erin.
Yes, you did.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
cheaper for her to go gambling than shopping. Believe me. Holy shit, she'll gamble away a few $100 in a few hours. She goes shopping, she'll drop $300 in Chanel. You get a handkerchief at Chanel for $300. Yeah, I tell you.
Ben's not allowed to go Chanel anymore.
I'm not allowed in the store. They got a lot of nerve charging all that money for that shit.
Oh, I don't even go there, so why would you say that?
Shit, I'm gonna change that channel. All right, what else you want
Anyways.
to talk about? We're gonna get in shape. I bought you a running machine
That's
today.
right. You
We're
bought
gonna get you in shape, girl.
Yeah, that's right. I need to get
doing
in
it for
shape
you.
too. Thank you, honey. I'm glad that you do it for me.
But
I'm
if
so
you
excited. Can't wait.
If you exercise, you get to eat whatever you want.
No, Ben, that's not the way it works. You still have to eat healthy, honey.
All right, no more spinach without dressing. Anything else you want to say?
Nope.
You done?
I'm
You
done.
finished?
I'm finished. It was
All
a
right.
beautiful trip, and we didn't get in a fight.
We always get a fight.
No, we don't.
Please. If you ain't fighting with me, you're fighting with Erin. If you ain't fighting with Erin, you're fighting with Alani. You always get a fight with somebody.
No, I do not. Stop saying that.
You know? Sometimes some of us can't handle our vino. Stick to
Okay.
tequila. I never seen anybody that gets drunker on wine than tequila. It doesn't make sense. You know, you think wine. What's wine going to do to you? It's grapes. All right. It's been fun. And Rafal, we thank you. And good luck and good night.
Good night, guys.